Ahoy there, this is Chief Bones and welcome to Ships in Brief. Today we'll be talking about my favourite ship, HMS Belfast. Belfast was launched on St. Patrick's Day in 1938, the sister ship to HMS Edinburgh, both ships light cruisers of the Town class. The Town class was the Royal Navy's direct response to the Japanese Mogami and American Brooklyn class cruisers. Upon completion, Belfast carried catapult-launched observation planes, but after being severely damaged by a German sea mine, these were replaced with a radar system during her repairs, which is reflected in her game counterpart. Belfast was commissioned in August of 1939, less than a month before the start of the Second World War. Her first assignment was an OPFOR exercise with the Home Fleet 2nd Cruiser Squadron, where she played the role of a German cruiser attempting to escape into the Atlantic. She was successful, evading the home fleet and demonstrating how lacking the British Navy was in effectiveness at that time. Later that month, Belfast was ordered to commence hostilities against the German Navy and began participating in prize capture operations with Hood, Renown, Edinburgh, and several destroyers. In October of that year, she avoided damage when a U-boat infiltrated her anchorage, sinking battleship Royal Oak, and she departed to rejoin the 2nd Cruiser Squadron. She was then seriously damaged by a magnetic mine and forced to undergo repairs, which took nearly 2 years. Upon completion of her repairs in November of 1942, Belfast was recommissioned as the flagship of the 10th Cruiser Squadron. During this period, she took part in dangerous escort operations, protecting supply vessels as they made the arduous trip through the Arctic to the Soviet Union in support of the Red Army and the Eastern Front. She also assisted the USS Ranger in Operation Leader, a series of airstrikes against German shipping off Norway. In December of that year, Belfast participated in the Battle of North Cape, the engagement where the Royal Navy sunk KMS Scharnhorst. In 1944, Belfast participated in Operation Tungsten, the attempts to sink the KMS Tirpitz. She also participated in the Normandy landings, acting as the headquarters ship for Bombardment Force E by Juno Beach. She fired upon German positions in support of both British and Canadian troops. After VE Day, Belfast was reassigned to the Pacific Theater, but Japan surrendered before Belfast could join the fight. After the end of the war, Belfast remained in the Pacific, taking part in several minor incidents including the Korean conflict. Belfast was sent to reserves in 1963, destined to be scrapped in 1971. A private trust lobbying for the preservation of Belfast managed to prevent the scrapping plans, and by '78, Belfast became part of the Imperial War Museum. She was towed to London and has been there open to the public ever since. Okay, let's take a look at how Belfast appears in-game. As always, all base stats are taken directly from the World of Warships wiki. Belfast has 4x3 152mm main guns, which are capable of firing both armor-piercing and high-explosive rounds, though she does not enjoy the same benefits of standard British AP. Her base reload speed is 7.5 seconds, base turret rotation of 7 degrees per second, and a base firing range of 15.4 kilometers. She has 4x2 102mm secondary guns with a range of 5 kilometers, 6x2 40mm and 4x2 102mm AA guns with an outer range of 5 kilometers and an inner range of 3.5 kilometers. She does not carry torpedoes. She has 35,700 base hit points, base rudder shift of 9.6 seconds, base turn radius of 680 meters, and base concealment of 11.3 kilometers. She has a base max speed of 32.5 knots. She carries the following consumables: damage control party, hydroacoustic search, smoke generator, and radar. Recommended module upgrades are as follows: Main Armaments Mod 1, Damage Control Systems Mod 1, Aiming Systems Mod 1, Steering Gears Mod 2, Concealment Systems Mod 1. Belfast could alternately be spec'd for anti-air duties by swapping for Auxiliary Armaments in Mod 1 in Slot 1 and Anti-Air Guns Mod 2 in Slot 3. If available, Slot 2 should be used for Hydroacoustic Search Mod 1 rather than DC Systems Mod 1. Recommended captain skills for the first 10 points include Priority Target, Adrenaline Rush, Demolition Expert, Concealment Expert. Further useful skills include Jack of all trades, Superintendent, IFHE. It is recommended that Belfast be used with a dedicated captain, as she is a poor trainer for British tech tree cruisers. Captain skills, which are almost a necessity for Belfast, are downright useless on Edinburgh. As a Tier 7 premium, she has favorable matchmaking chances and is capable of earning a decent amount of commander experience and credits each match if played well. Belfast is a premier destroyer hunter and very good at harassing battleships and other cruisers. Alright, so let's take a look at some gameplay footage. Now, this footage, most of it, is sped up to 2 times speed, so as not to take forever on this video. But this first part here, I wanted you to see the way that the shells fly. The ballistics are not bad at all. They're not high and hangy like your American cruisers, but they're not laser beams and railguns like your Russian cruisers. They are comfortable. You don't really need to lead too much, and even at extended range, 10 kilometers out, you can still land a couple of really solid hits without trying too hard. Now, I've slowed this part down to normal speed because I wanted to demonstrate 3 things. 1, the anti-air capability of a ship that is not spec'd for AA. It's not terrible. I see those torpedoes coming, and I start to turn hard to port to avoid them, but you'll see that I can't avoid them. I'm going to take 1. At least that's what I thought. I end up taking that 1, and it takes out my steering gears, which forces me to stay in that turn, so I take the one right next to it, and then it swings me over, and I hit 2 more. I thought that was hilarious. I also thought I was done for. Unfortunately, I was not, and I managed to keep this match going, and I started firing at that battleship over there. And you can observe the shell velocity here. It's pretty quick. It's very comfortable, and I landed some fires on this guy, I think. Yes, I did. I put a fire on him. Okay, now this part here, you're going to see some close range combat. You're going to see me take out this guy right here. I'm going to hit him with some AP rounds, and I'm going to get him about amidships, and you know, he didn't have a lot of life to begin with, so I mean, a spitball would have taken him out, but I didn't hit him with spitballs. I hit him with the AP. So I started putting some fire on this battleship at range, landing some fires onto the guy, and that's fine. But here in a second, he's going to make it difficult for me to hit, and my secondary battery is going to inform me that, hey, I've got a cruiser coming in on my port side. I need to pay attention. There it is right there. Here comes the Helena. I'm thinking, okay, a Helena. Well, the Helena's a light cruiser. It doesn't have a whole lot of damage. It can't hurt me that bad, but I'm nearly dead, so it's going to take me out. I tried doing some AP. Maybe I could do some damage, but ultimately it was a failure. I lost. But that's okay. I still did almost 80,000 damage, got almost 500,000 credits, and quite a lot of experience. It was a great game. I love this ship, and I think you should too. Anyhow, thanks for joining me today for Ships in Brief. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like it and subscribe for more of my content. Don't forget to tag that bell to get the notifications. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.